Welcome back to Amy's View Unscripted. I'm Amy, and on Fridays, Life in Motion is where we pause for a few minutes to talk about what really keeps life moving: self-love and growth. Because when we learn to care for ourselves, we create more room to love the people around us too. This is what's been on my mind this week. We spend a lot of time talking about giving our time, giving our energy, giving our love, showing up for the people we care about. And I think those things are all really beautiful. But I don't know that we spend enough time talking about what happens when we're the ones running low. You know that feeling. You're not falling apart. You're just not quite yourself. You're a little more tired than usual. Maybe you're a little less patient. You don't necessarily need a total vacation or a life overhaul. You just know you're running on fumes. And I've been wondering, where do we go from there? Not how do we push through it? We're actually pretty good at that. I mean, where do we go to genuinely refill ourselves? They say you can't pour from an empty cup. And maybe that sounds cliche to some, but it's true. And I think it's so important that we genuinely and intentionally ask ourselves the following: where do I gather from? Not where do I go to distract myself? I know where I go when I want to procrastinate. I know where I go when I want to numb out for a little while. That's different. I'm talking about the places, the people, or the experiences that actually leave me feeling more like myself than I did before. Because distraction and restoration are clearly different things. One helps us escape, and the other helps us return. There's a very important distinction between the two. The truth is, if we're going to spend our lives pouring into the people that we love, and I hope we do, we should probably know where to go when we need to be filled again. Otherwise, we just keep pouring and pouring until one day we realize that there's not much left. So I don't really have an answer for you this week. If anything, I have homework. Let's sit with that question. Where do you gather from? Not where do you escape, not what helps you kill time, but what genuinely leaves you feeling a little lighter, a little calmer, and more like yourself. Because over the next few weeks, that's what I want to explore together. The different places, things, and people we can gather from when life has taken a little more out of us than it's put back in. I have a feeling there are more of those than we sometimes realize. So, if this conversation resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Where do you gather from when your cup is running low? Or maybe you don't know yet. I think that's a perfectly okay answer too. And if you're enjoying these conversations, I'd love for you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next part of this conversation. Because today wasn't really about finding an answer. It's about asking the question. So if you'd like to take that journey with me, I would love to have you here. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. And until next time, I hope you find something this week that fills your cup.